far? Are we like all live? Ready to make some contracts because it's a Sunday and what else do we have to do? What is the best thing that everybody has seen this weekend so far? Anything? Hentai. Went to this weird panel last night. It was like weird in like a good way.
The voiceover guys, there's
I don't even know what that is.
It's dragon porn.
Cool.
Analytical breakdown of fan service.
Oh, I
I
wanted to
wanted to go to that one.
I recorded it. It'll be on YouTube.
Nice.
Don't believe it, it's alive.
How many people have actually seen Madoka Magica?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't?
Me. My sister has seen it, so I've seen it by technicality, but only like a couple of pieces here.
Okay, how many people have seen Rebellion?
Rebellion was good.
That's the third movie.
How many times
I
have
watched
you
it
seen
5 times.
I watched the, okay, well, that's fair. Movie. It took me 2 times to understand that.
Band-aid.
Is this working? This is working.
Is mine working?
Yeah, so can everyone hear? How's the sound levels? Are they good? Are they good? Too loud? Not loud enough? Too loud? Okay, this is mic 1.
Blackbird.
What?
Is it Blackbird?
Contract. People in the back, we're good? Good. And music, be loud, irritable thing, because that's just for setup and create the mood. Just trying to work out how I'm going to stand here, because I don't want to sit behind the table, that's boring, but this sound thing is right in my way. Guess we'll want to do it like that. No, not really. It doesn't look good. There's wires everywhere. What? Okay. And we have. Oh, whatever. Yeah, we'll work with it. We'll make it work. This is a small crowd, so thank you guys for being alive enough on a Sunday afternoon to come check out our panel, which is listed in the program as Hope, Despair, and the Puella Magi. And we usually just call it Hope and Despair, getting the most out of your Puella Magi contract, but that was too long of a title for the ASEN panel submissions. So, welcome to whatever we're calling it today, hope and despair, getting the most out of your Puella Magi contract. In this panel, we are going to see how hope and despair play a role in the Madoka Magica universe by showing you how to maximize your wish, prolong your magic use, and finally, how that sacrifice is going to benefit the greater good. Most of you have seen it. For those of you who haven't, this anime has been out since 2011. So obviously there's going to be some spoilers. If that bothers you, well, just make a contract and you'll be fine. My laptop is old. All right. Who we are. My name's Elena. This is actually my first time at ASEN. Never been here before, but so far it has been a great weekend. From Columbus, Ohio, and I've run this panel. This will be my 4th time running it.
Correct. Oh, and I'm Mike. This is also my first time at ASEN, and we've watched and read everything that's come over, and we wish they would bring more over.
Can you hear us still?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I just wish that this panel was going to run just as smoothly as all of the other times that I've run it. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could be just as cool as Mommy Tomoe? Turns out you can if you make a wish and become a magical girl. Magical girls are born from wishes and bring hope to the world. Hope is a feeling of expectation. It is meaning that you want a certain outcome from something. And wishes are something that you hope for. So your hope is your wish. This setup is just so awkward, I apologize. You bring hope to the world. Why am I having so much trouble with this today? It's a Sunday, I guess. Well, anyway, you bring hope to the world by fighting witches. If you get rid of the witch, you get rid of the threat to the innocent people. Like in this scene where Mommy saves this woman who has been attempting suicide while under a witch's curse. By fighting the witches, you're fighting to keep your own hope, the magic from your wish, alive. Witches are the opposite of magical girls. They're born from despair and litter the world, they're born from curses and litter the world with despair. They're invisible to humans and they cause suicides that can't be explained, murders without a motive, casualties, traffic accidents, anxiety, depression, throwing up in the bathroom after a crazy room party, all kinds of bad things. We'll go into more detail on them later because it's really not important right now. Now, anyone with a soul can become a magical girl or a magical boy. You must make a contract with Cube, who is this, he's like a cat, like a thing, bunny.
I always thought of him as a raccoon.
Whatever, whatever he is, he will grant you one wish, whatever your heart desires. Now, anyone can become a magical girl, but some have more potential than others. Potential means how powerful you're going to be as a magical girl. And your potential is based on the weight of your karmic destiny. So for example, karmic destiny means, how many threads of fate are connected to you. It's the scale of the burden of fate that you're forced to bear. So for example, a saint like Joan of Arc has more karmic destiny than a regular girl. Wait, so Joan of Arc was a magical girl?
Yes. In a 5-volume Tart Magica set available for Amazon Prime. Highly recommended.
Whew, that's awesome. Definitely buy it, it's a good series. And since Miracles and Magic may not be real, they're not animating Tart, as to our knowledge. So. Anyway, back to the wishes. Once your wish is made, you're going to get a soul gem. If you have a soul gem, it will be your duty to fight witches. And you're going to have to if you want to use your magic and survive. Along with the ability to use magic, you are going to get special magical powers based on your wish. So Sayaka over here has healing powers because she wished to heal Kyosuke Kamijo's hand. So now Sayaka can heal faster than most magical girls. Homura has time manipulation powers because her wish was to redo her meeting with Madoka and become strong enough to save her. Kyoko has phantasm power, and they don't really go over this much in the main series because of some things that happened in the spin-off series, The Different Story. But you can see here she is able to make copies of herself, and that is based on her wish that people would listen to her father, which brought people to their church under false pretense, and not because they really wanted to hear his message. Mommy has this ribbon magic, and that comes from Mommy's desire to cling to life, and so that allowed her to survive the car crash that killed her parents.
Are you telling me I have seatbelt magic?
Seatbelts save lives.
So do airbags.
Airbags.
That's questionable. But
really the best part, forget all of this magic and stuff. The best part is that you get this super awesome, cool Puella Magi outfit, and you can even design it yourself, like Madoka did. All of that being said, who would like to come up and make a contract to become a magical girl? Right next to
Next to mine.
you, right up here. Yeah, you. Right, what do you wish for?
I wish to be a great artist and to be able to create whatever I imagine.
Awesome. You get a soul gem like a true magical girl.
I want to get one too. Yeah, I'm going to go make a contract.
Yeah, come on up, make a contract. Just you. I'll get the rest of you. I only have so many here. Let's see.
Gravity Falls next.
Well, we're doing pretty well for Homer, so I think I'll become the devil.
Can we do that?
Go. The devil.
Yeah, we should.
refs are checking the play.
You know, yeah, I think we could do that.
All right. Oh, hey, here's Homer's still again. I'll take it.
Homer's your favorite? All right. You right there. Okay. All right, what do you wish for?
No, what
Think carefully.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wish I knew it. I wouldn't wish for it.
That would be a good wish.
We can do that.
Supposed to do that?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay. We can only call on people if they raise their hands.
Yeah, I just told her she hasn't seen it.
She's not raising her hand.
Raise your hand. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, who has not seen Madoka Magica.
Yes, come on down.
Apparently your friends want you to come make a contract.
Dipper, dipper.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Nothing bad will ever happen. We're going to get into that later. Everything is good and fine. Don't be worried.
I don't know. So I'm a marine biology major, so I guess I wish to swim with sharks.
Wishing to swim with sharks for the rest of your life.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we've got time for one more right now. Yeah, right here in front.
I wish that all wishes would go back to magical girls, and if other wishes don't do that, they can save other wishes to be back to magical girls.
Wait.
Whew, that is a really big.
Can you explain what you want to
Just
do?
wish for more wishes.
Yeah, repeat your wish.
When a magical girl becomes, when they turn into a witch.
Who said anything about that?
Spoilers.
Okay, Cupid.
Nothing happened.
Oh, she got the
go back to
secret
magical
Cube handbook.
girls
Oh, no.
and start their life.
Can we do that? Does she have enough potential to do that?
Auction of our card.
That would be self-defeating, so do something else, or like, can we change it slightly? Like maybe just for yourself?
Wish for self-righteousness.
Wish for season 3 of Spice and
Oh man, it's been a while.
Yeah, so you don't have enough destiny to do something
Yeah,
crazy.
that's a crazy wish. You'll still get the soul gem.
But yeah, we need something else.
Wish to help others?
You want to wish to help others?
Yep, wishes to help others.
Wish for more
Congratulations to all of our new magical girls and boys. If you have not made a contract and you want to, don't worry. There will be time for that later again.
Aw.
But yeah, so we didn't really talk about this, I guess, before you guys made your wishes. So I hope that you like your wish and good luck. As it turns out, being a magical girl, there are a couple things to consider. All magical girls share the same fate. You have to be willing to risk your life for this wish. So yeah, I mean, really, surprise, hope you liked your wish, there's no going back. Because you can be killed by witches. You can even be killed by other magical girls. Mami Tomoe actually is the only one who understands the risk of becoming a magical girl, but she feels that fighting is her duty based on the contract that she made, and it is the price that she paid for that wish to survive. So she didn't want other people to feel how she felt, and understands that death is part of that price, because Mami is probably the best magical girl. Together. Because of that risk, you are going to want to maximize your wish and get the most out of it. So if you do have time to think about your wish, make sure you think hard. So that goes for the rest of you. Start thinking really hard about what you want to wish for if you would like to make a contract. Because Mommy did not actually have time to think about her wish. It was make a wish or die. And she encouraged Sayaka and Madoka not to rush into the contract just because that was her experience with it. And you know, she does have a little bit of regret that she could save her parents, but again, she's not going to dwell on it. So basically what I'm saying is, don't waste your wish, make it count. You can also make a wish that benefits another person, but we kind of would advise against that because consider how your wish is going to affect the other person. Are you trying to be selfless for selfish reasons? Do you want the other person's dreams to come true? Or do you want to be their savior for making their dreams come true? Does the other person want this, or are you the one who wants it? Like Sayaka over here, with her wish to heal Kyosuke's hand. So after some semi-serious thought, Sayaka did decide to make that wish to heal Kyosuke's hand instead of getting something for herself. She knew that Kyosuke was upset about not being able to play the violin, and she wanted to show him that miracles and magic are real. But her problem is that she didn't admit that what she truly wanted was for Kyosuke to love her. Kyoko made a mistake too, and her mistake was that she didn't consider how her wish would affect her father. So in the end, her wish destroyed her family. She was able to turn things around when she realized that magic was to be used for herself, and she did make it work for her by using her magic to just make Pocky and apples and whatever other food she wanted. I mean, really, have you seen her not eating? Always eating. She did try to warn Sayaka about it, but Sayaka is too stubborn.
Oh man, that was put in nicely.
Sayaka is the worst. I missed a thing here. Yep, so here is Kyoko. Admitting her. Oh my god. So Sayaka didn't admit her selfish motive, and she became really upset when Hitomi confessed her feelings for Kyosuke. So the spoiler alert, is that Sayaka really didn't last long as a magical girl because she sucks. Mommy's wish to survive was very selfish, and that is what allowed Mommy to master her magic and be able to make all those guns appear from skirts and boobs and everywhere else that she's pulling guns out of.
Wait, I thought this was like all people's panel, you know, all ages.
Oh, you're right, it's an all ages panel. Oops.
Show of hands, who's a kid?
No, it's not. Who doesn't know what boobs are?
You don't know what boobs are? Oh, you should have listened to the panels last night.
Make a wish.
Wish for a do-over.
Make a wish.
Yeah, wish for a do-over. You know what, we're gonna just, as much fun as it is to be up front, this is like the worst. Maybe now I'll stop messing up. Just kidding, this was all planned and I have not messed up at all.
All part of your master
All
plan.
part of the plan. So you're giving up everything for this one wish and you can't go back. So you do need to make it count. Is there something that you'd want to exchange your soul for? That you'd fight for it? Homura wanted to protect Madoka, so she got serious about her wish and healed her body. So she went from this like huge nerd, look at that, failure, to a smoking hot emo goth chick who is ready to go back in time and do the same thing over and over and over, and she's actually done that for 12 years. So talk about serious. After making your contract, as you probably saw, everybody receives a soul gem. The soul gem is the source of your magic. It lets you control the magic more efficiently. It also helps you locate witches by sensing the magical residue and allow you to enter the witch's labyrinth. As an added bonus, it takes 3 different forms for your convenience. It becomes the ring on the finger, or the little egg-shaped thing, and also a gem on your Puella Magic outfit. Alright, it is also your soul. Your soul is no longer in your body. So now you can fight witches and heal yourself using magic without worrying about your fragile body. See, this is a good thing. Your body can be beat up, you can bleed out, break your bones and so on, but as long as your soul gem is okay, then you can heal your body and get back to business. Your body can take even more pain now that your soul is not in it. Sayaka, again, being stubborn, didn't believe Kyubei on this until he showed her exactly how painful all of that damage that she takes would be.
I bet he was actually, felt happy doing that.
Torturing Sayaka is a lot of fun.
QB doesn't feel emotions.
Except when he does fun things like that.
We don't really understand the concept of fun, but we do know that Sayaka sucks. And we let her make a contract anyway because there's going to be some payoff in the end. I mean, wait, what? Anyway, don't let your soul gem be more than 100 meters from your body because your body is useless if that happens. Your body is an empty shell, and you're pretty much a zombie. Is it echoey? Did I touch something?
No, you're good.
Okay. Okay. So it's also not a good idea to throw your soul gems, just by the way, while we're on this subject. Do not throw them.
Do not throw souls.
Do not throw souls!
What? I'm sorry, that was mandatory. That was mandatory.
So actually, I do want to, just a little bit of a show of hands now. Do you guys think that it matters where your soul is housed? Raise your hand if yes, it matters.
Maybe. Yeah.
3 people. Anyone want to explain their logic behind that? Someone raise their hand, please. Please. Monica.
Yeah. So with the logic of it being able to be in 3 convenient forms, mostly jewelry, it's already like a 70% chance I'm going to step on a piece of jewelry in my own home.
There is a wonderful scene in Homura Tomorrow where Magi does that. It is wonderful. Also, that is a 3-volume set, also available on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
We don't work for Amazon, we swear.
I was going to say, did Amazon hire you for the panel? No, he sold it.
Not endorsed by Amazon in any way, although we did get them to make some contracts with us. And then who thinks, and then another show of hands, who thinks that it does, in fact, matter where your soul is? You guys need to participate more, wake up.
It might, because if you put your soul in a sandwich and you eat the sandwich, that might be bad.
Well, that doesn't.
That's true.
It's gotta be a delicious sandwich. If you consume the sandwich,
Actually, if you consume the sandwich and eat your soul gem, just depending on what happens to your soul gem, you might still be okay.
Like, I mean, if you're invincible, you could just cut yourself open.
Actually, you are okay. You just can't be.
Actually, she has a good point. Did you hear? If you just cut yourself open, you can get your soul gem out, and then you can heal.
Yes, you can in fact do that.
What's that?
Oh no, that doesn't.
Fix yourself.
You can just fix it. You can fix it.
Because this is something that happened also in Homeworld tomorrow where Kyoko ate Sayaka's. So Sayaka is now bound to 100 meters within Kyoko.
Become a death site?
You could become a death site.
But is the soul gem digestible?
If you eat it fast
Or
enough.
would it just come right back?
No, it's gonna just come back out.
Wait, do they? I don't know if Kyoko like.
Do magical girls? Oh man, now we're just gonna have to have another debate about if magical girls poop. Okay, show of hands. Who thinks that they do?
I mean, if they still eat.
Yeah, right. Who thinks that they don't?
If you can cut yourself open, you don't have to poop.
Yeah. But I think it would raise some suspicion if they weren't able to poop. Then they would be like, I made this contract. Why can't I poop?
Well, they kind of
But where did the poop go? We can't.
There's a sub clause in the contract for it.
Yeah, you're right. Can still do your bodily functions, but nobody reads the contract, which is fine. Well, so moving on. That was a great little debate we just had. Moving on, though, if we ignore the whole being your soul thing, really the only drawback from the soul gems is that they become impure the more times that you use the magic. So the more magic you use, the cloudier it becomes. So you can see Mommy here demonstrating the use of a grief seed and soul gem. So your soul gem is going to need to be purified by using these grief seeds that you earn from killing witches. So if you want to keep using your magic, you need to keep fighting witches. Purifying lets you use your magic for whatever you want. Bad things happen if you do not purify your soul gem. Also, as shown here, if it breaks, you die. So this is actually Homura in one timeline. She is shooting Oriko's soul gem from Oriko Magica, another spin-off series. Is that one available on Amazon?
Correct.
eBay, wherever your books are sold. Grace, you die. That being said, who else would like to make a contract? You over here in the hype shirt. Oh, come on. What do you wish for?
I want to perform to the absolute peak of my physical ability at all times.
Hold!
This was a.
And you die.
You over here.
You died from steroids.
Great wish.
Wait, what?
Wishes for a pretty soul gem.
Okay, we can do that.
We can do that. That's easy. Let's see. I don't know. You right there. You need some more magical boys.
Join me. Join me.
And you've never seen it, right?
No.
Alright.
I don't know what to get myself into.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's it? I wish for inspirationalism, whether it be myself or others.
Woo!
Dang, your wish was better than mine.
Now let's get somebody in the back. I don't.
The one doing the potty dance.
The one doing the potty dance right here. Alright, what do you wish for?
Success in everything that I want to do.
Right. One more. You wanna pick one more? This is hard. There are so many delicious, delicious souls.
First person to stand up.
Nose goes.
Oh, it's between those two.
Oh, they all like
You're the contract maker. I'm just a magical person.
I'm holding up two hands.
You are filming me, so come on, participate. Ooh, here we go. What do you wish for?
I wish for all humans to be able to make a contract.
I would like that. That would be good. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make. There we go. Whew, this is mess over here. All right. Well, congratulations now to our new magical girls and boys. Yay. Let's get a drink of water. That sounds like a good idea.
Is that part of your contract?
What about a contract?
It says that part of your contract.
Part of my Cube contract for me. But now that we have some more magical girls who are ready to go out and fight, I think it's probably time that we talk about witches, because that is pretty important for you and also for me. Again, just to review, witches are the opposite of magical girls. They live in a state of constant suffering, and they spread their despair and curses throughout the world. Every witch looks different, but you do need to be careful because